What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on SOFI Stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video guys, first of all I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then we'll continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what news was the catalyst for this quite harsh movement for this asset. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you very interesting and precise signs of its potential upcoming movement. So, and let's start with the price section. I made my previous video right here at this very moment, right after this asset dropped from its swing high at about $8.46 to this level, and it lost almost 17% of its value in a matter of just one session. And by the way guys, on the video before my previous video, I caught this movement to the upside, I caught this retracement, and I told you that you might enter your position at this point with anticipation to hit this target at about 9% of with about 9% of potential profit. And even if you didn't close your position right here, next assumption was that we have to put our stop loss on a green territory, and depending on your entry price and your stop loss order, you could have again up to 4, maybe 3.5–4% of potential profit despite its movement to the downside. And guys, this fact shows how powerful technical analysis is, and you can be profitable even if market goes against you. And on my previous video at this point, I told you that you shouldn't be in a rush, you shouldn't be in a hurry and enter your long position, because the next session should be crucial for this asset and it might show us the potential direction of its movement. And it happened exactly as I predicted. It lost again about 6.6% of its value, and for now it is hovering slightly below the previous range of support, these three bottoms, this one, and this one. So definitely it is a very expectable movement, and I have to say that for now we are still on quite tricky situation. In just several minutes I will show you what should we expect next from the technical standpoint. But before we dive deep into all of this, guys, if you want to know more about technical analysis, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account, where for the $35 a month you will be able to drastically enhance your trading skills. On top of that, for the first 100 subscribers I will do a giveaway. I will do a technical analysis based on your request on any asset that you might find. On top of that guys, and it is the most lucrative offer for today's video, there is not so many people inside the community. That is why almost 100% of my time will be dedicated to you, and it is pretty much one-on-one training for the value of $450 a month, but for the fraction of this cost, for just $35 a month. And in my opinion, it is quite fair deal. So, and let's continue with the fundamental news. This drop to the downside, this movement, harsh movement to the downside, was the result of their earnings report. And you might wonder how in the world it is possible that even if the company beats earnings per share and revenue, but at the same time the price goes down. And the answer is quite simple. The anticipation for the upcoming quarters from the market didn't meet the expectations from C-level executives. And that is why this asset dropped to the downside. But at the same time, from the fundamental standpoint, I have to say that nothing has changed. SOFI, in my opinion, is still very lucrative and quite stable company. They just booked 2 quarters in a row in GAAP profitability. And that is why, guys, this company is very promising for upcoming quarters as well. But at the same time, let me show you quite interesting detail. When I made my previous video, we didn't have the results, the latest updates from analytic firms right after their earnings report. But for now, we have these 3 new filings. And as you can see, on April the 30th, Deutsche Bank and Needham and Company and Wedbush filed their updates in regards to SOFI. And Deutsche Bank lowered their price target, but they still set the hold rating, and they lowered the price target from $12 to $11, which still imply about 62.48% of upside potential. Needham and Company LLC reiterated their rating. They still set a buy, and the price target is $10, which implies about 41.94%. And Wheatbush, guys, Wheatbush reiterated their rating, and they set the price target at a ridiculous $3 mark, which implies about 57.42% of downside potential. Let me show you what was the reason behind this decision. Let me show you this update. So, the rating was set by Wheatbush analyst David Chiaverini, and let me quote this. Considering Chiaverini believes the tech platform's anticipated revenue growth is a major component of the company's current full year 2024 guidance, and that tech platform revenue is expected to be seasonally weaker in Q2, given this step implied ramp-up in the second half of this year. Chiaverini thinks it might be difficult for SOFI to meet its target of 20% tech revenue growth this year. That is just one of several other negatives, which include 1. Loan origination and sales revenue being the lowest reported on a quarterly basis, going back several years. And guys, it is quite interesting, but SOFI is on its path to heavily diversify their portfolio. That is why this loan origination might be even lower, but it doesn't mean that the company performs poorly. Next one, number 2. SOFI plans to be conservative with lending segment growth despite its recent $600 million of debt-to-equity conversion. And 3. The departure of multiple senior-level employees, including SOFI's chief risk officer, took position at PayPal, and the president of SOFI Bank, new position not disclosed. So guys, these two facts are also quite controversial, because for now SOFI has quite a lucrative position with their additional $600 million, which is much less expensive for them than the previous option strategy, and they definitely have to be conservative, because with this approach they are consistently growing despite the fact that the interest rates was extremely high during the last couple of years. On top of that, these resignations of some C-level executives. Chief Risk Officer went to PayPal, and it is quite usual fact that some companies might hunt other companies' C-level executives, and I don't think that it might be negative for the company. On top of that, the president of SOFI Bank has the target to create basically this bank and to receive a license, and he achieved his target. That is why he left his position. And guys, let me show you the conclusion. All in all, Chiaverini rates SOFI shares and underperform, along with a street low price target of $4. Investors stand to lose 42%. So, quite a debatable price target, and on top of that, the market doesn't agree as well. Let me show you the list of institutional investors that might show us the sentiment from so-called smart money list. And here you can see that 3 companies closed its position. One of them closed its call option position, but 2 of them closed their position in shares. And let me show you, if you click on these 2 icons, you can see that these positions wasn't the biggest one. One company sold 9.5 thousand shares of SOFI, and the second one sold 4.5 thousand shares of SOFI. So it is quite tiny positions that shouldn't bother you at all, and that is why you cannot rely on these lines as the sentiment of the market. But instead of this, take a look right here. A lot of companies filed their updates according to 13F filings, and almost all of them increased their position, and their position is very strong, with tens and even hundreds of thousands of shares of SOFI. On top of that, guys, if you take a look right here, if you sort these companies by the number of shares from the biggest one to smallest, you can see that Nikko Asset Management Americas increased its position by mind-boggling 176%. they more than doubled their position, and for now they hold almost $78.5 million in value in SOFI. And I have to say that this company is in the list of top 10 major investors in SOFI. That is why you can rely on this sentiment as the long-term bullish sentiment for SOFI. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, I want to pay attention to one fact only. You can see these attempts to go higher, and you can see that we have quite interesting set of candles. If you switch to 2 hours time frame, you can see that some of these candles became one candle with a long wick to the upside. 3 hours time frame and 4 hours time frame shows the best. As you can see, we have long wicks to the upside, and this means it is a failed attempts to hit higher targets. This means most likely the upcoming week will be bearish for SOFI, and in a short-term perspective, within next 10 days or so, we might break this range of support and we might hit some lower price targets. I don't think that this might be quite long period of bearish pressure, but at the same time, somewhere lower, we might have the trend reversal. And it is not the actual price action, actual prediction of the upcoming movements, but it is the general blueprint of how the things might work. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna